March, it was the occasional cold night, and it was just way too expensive to use. It was about £2 a night on just switching one on. This was in the main room, and so basically I just put up with the cold.
Okay. Okay. And how did you find the control of that?
Oh, useless. Because you just got to, you're putting it on the day before, you may not be in the next day to use that heat, so what's the point, So that's why I never used it. It was beyond useless.
How did you find the running costs of the original storage heating system?
Extremely dear. Especially the fact that you didn't get any heat after tea. It just went. You didn't get anything then.
And did you have to top the heating up at all with kind of temporary heaters or electric heaters?
I got a gas heater I can use if I get, really run out. But with this, I might have to use anything.
How did you find kind of living with the original night storage heating system?
I didn't like it at all. It was only the one winter, thank goodness. I've always had central heating in the past. But I found they were much too hot in the mornings. And then, of course, you're afraid to open a window to cool it down because by evening it was really quite cool. So I didn't like them. And they were ugly.
Okay.
I was really, really pleased. Anything rather than storage heaters. And yes, as I said, I'd always been used to central heating, so I wanted to get back to it.
Well, I love the idea, because my brother has actually got ground source in a place he's got, and his place is just comfy all the time. And it's a big place, and it's not expensive to heat, so I thought, have a go, stick it in, and I think it's a good idea.
What were your thoughts when Westward first kind of proposed that they were going to put a heat pump in here for you?
Well, I'd heard of it before through my grandchildren. Two of them are builders, and I pick up snippets here and there, as to what's going to come next. And I did hear about it before, and I was very curious to know whether it was going to work out all right. I'm satisfied now.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a geek, so I went straight on the internet and found out all the information about ground source. There were people on the estate with negative views about it, and I just said, you put 1 kilowatt in, you get 3 kilowatts out. How can that be bad? I mean, the borehole stuff, that's obviously you're stuck around here because you've got so many units, and my brother's got it in his garden where it's just laid out flat under the ground. So the borehole stuff was it was quite interesting that you had to do that kind of thing down to 300 foot. But I'm one of these people that if there's a little bit of noise, I don't mind. I never noticed any. They just put the boreholes in, set it all up, and there was no negative side to it.
How did you find the installation of the system itself, firstly with the kind of disruption with the external works?
Well, we were lucky. I was one of the first. So everybody, it went according to plan, I think, really. But,
and you weren't affected by the noise and the disruption at all?
Well, it didn't make any difference to me, so you got it done, so why object to it?
That didn't bother us as much as I expected it to. Obviously it's going to cause some disruption because you can't drill holes like that without it. It was much quieter than I'd expected. So I don't think it was a real problem actually. Everybody was very helpful and polite around, so no problems.
I had a new tariff set up, so the new meter was put in about a week ago, and in that week I've used 50 kilowatt hours, and so that would work out to about six quid, something like that. And so part of that is ordinary electric, so five quid of that must be the heating, and so 20 quid a month is, it's a bargain, isn't it, really? Because the original overnight storage, if I'd used it, that would have been 40 a month, 50 a month, something like that. That would have been just stupidly expensive, but 20 quid a month, it's actually doable, you know. So I live in the lap of luxury now.
I reckon it saved me about 35 to 40% what I was putting in before. So I was quite pleased with that.
Has that made a difference to kind of your life overall, having that money saved?
Yeah, it has actually.
Now the heat pump is installed and up and running, are you happy with the performance?
Very happy. Yes, really. It's a very nice, gentle, steady heat. It's easy to control. I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy. So I'm very grateful having it.
The insulation on the outside of the house obviously makes a huge difference as well, because it doesn't take a great deal of heat in to get the whole flat steaming hot. So, you know, these radiators are just, you know, just fine. And they come on within about 20 minutes. The whole place is warmed up to whatever temperature you want.
Fill it with the noise and enjoy it.
I'd say go ahead. Absolutely. I think Rob would be the same actually. Yeah, we're both very pleased to have it.
What would you say to kind of any tenants that were in your situation with storage heaters and someone proposed to them putting in a system of this type?
Take it, yeah. Because even if you've got a good system before the ground source goes in, you must be able to save money. You know, the overnights with the insulation must have been better than when they were first put in, but the actual cost of electric on the kilowatt hours these days, you know, you're bound to save loads of money with a ground source. You know, it's simple, you know, the maths.